Happy morning. To align ourselves with the world within, there are many things which you should do, some of which I was speaking to you earlier. And there are 12 things that you should not do. So today, let me take a different approach to life lesson. Let me not create a to-do list. Let us create a not to-do list. So one by one, I'll explain to you 12 points. And with these 12 points, let's see if all of us feel the power within and move into a very beautiful journey in the world outside. The base of this entire discussion is true power lies within. The world outside will be a reflection of what we are feeling inside. What I am within is what seems to be outside. In Hinduism, they will call the whole world is nothing but Maya. Maya means it's a perception. And what creates this perception? What I feel within. So here are the 12 points. 12 things which contaminates your thinking. 12 things which makes you weak. 12 things which distorts your vision. 12 things which stops you from getting the best of you and therefore the best of the world outside. First, don't shy away from change. See change as wonderful. Don't shy away from change and never resist change. Any growth never happens in comfort zone. This is a universal truth. If there is a change that is happening, then there is a possibility of growth. If change is not what I am seeking, then growth is not what I am seeking. If change is not what I am seeking, then growth is not what I am seeking. I might talk about growth, I might talk about development, I might say मेरे को ज़्यादा करना है, better करना है, अच्छा करना है. But it all begins with what within me, what about my thoughts, what about my habits, what about my approach, what about my planning needs to change. So the beginning of every development is change. So don't shy away from change. If change is not what I am seeking, then growth is not what I am seeking. You know, one of our dear life schoolers is Rupesh Gupta. And every time I meet him, he's talking about what is the breakthrough that should be achieved, what is the development that should be achieved, what are the new products that we should be getting in, what is the change in management which is required, how can a better team be created. The entire languaging is always about, I'm ready for change. I'm seeking change. I want change. And that is why I'm very confident he will bring about fantastic results also in his life. The base is, I'm seeking change. So don't shy away from change. Seek change. Second, now this may be very different from what you expect. Don't fear solitude. Don't fear being alone. Don't fear People leaving you and going away. Today you are dependent on someone for your success. Today you believe this person is your right hand man or your right hand woman or your left hand man, left hand woman. Today you can say, okay, this person is the heart of the organization, or my heart throbs for this person. There will be times when differences happen. There will be times when the value system changes. There will be times when ego comes in. There will be times when what I want from life and what you want from life is not the same. In case I am scared of solitude, I will stop listening to my within. I will break my connection with my own peace. Because I'm scared, I should not lose you. Now the filter of fear will make me make choices, and it's not out of a power that I should feel within. Deep inside, most of us are very scared of being alone. We are very scared that people will leave us and go away. Don't be afraid of solitude. I read this maybe 30 years ago, that if you stand in a bus stop, a bus will definitely come. Now it is night, line 11:30, and the last bus has left. You just have to wait a little longer, and in the morning 6:30, the bus will come. And in that time, the whole night, you might be alone. But a bus will come. Somebody will come. So for some time, there may be solitude, and it's okay. If I am alone for some time, it's okay. Don't be afraid of solitude. It is such an extraordinary strength, because it gives you that inner power to be yourself. If I'm afraid of being alone, I will never feel the power of being myself. Then my life will have a series of compromises. Series of compromises. When I left my business and wanted to come into training, many people called me mad, brainwashed, and stuff like that. Now imagine if I was scared, will they not relate with me? Will they think bad about me? Will they give up on me? Will they start speaking bad things about me? I wouldn't be able to take decisions which are important to me. For a short term, did I lose some people? Of course. On a long term, do I have enough people? Of course. Why do some people keep suffering? Because they're afraid of solitude. Why do we keep allowing somebody to exploit us? Because we are afraid of solitude. Why often we don't speak about our dreams and attempt to convince people? We just say it very feebly, very mildly. It does not hit the other person. They say no and we give up. We are afraid of solitude. You can live a life taking standpoints every time necessary. You can live a life where you do not allow anybody to exploit you. You live a life with tremendous inner peace. When you can say, I am not afraid of solitude. More importantly, meditation is a journey of solitude. If you're scared of being alone, you will not be able to meditate. You will go till a path. You will go towards the right direction. But you won't be able to experience stillness, oneness, universal existential presence. नहीं हो पाएगा. डर जाओगे. क्या चीज का डर? You can never experience God. But you drop your personal existence, and then universal existence is felt by you. As long as you are there, you will not be able to experience it. As long as the seed is there, the tree cannot come. As long as it's just a sperm, a baby cannot be born. That identity has to be dropped for me to experience completeness. So if I'm uncomfortable with solitude, if I'm scared I'll be alone, I will not be able to meditate properly and deeply. Which means that the entire experience of oneness will always remain unknown to you. So become comfortable in solitude. Embrace solitude, in fact. And don't be scared of solitude. You get the knack of solitude, you start enjoying solitude, then it's so easy to find that alignment within. Because you know yourself, you feel your inner self, something wrong has gone inside, a hurt, a hatred, a fear, an arrogance, an ego, you'll be able to feel it. And therefore, whatever correction has to be done, you will be able to correct it and you'll be able to keep moving. Carl Jung, that psychologist, had said very beautifully, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. So that's why in Zen they say, if you want to live a beautiful life, close your eyes, open your eyes. Close your eyes, open your eyes. I look outside and I dream. I look inside and I wake up to what is possible. What a beautiful combination of life. Point number 3. Don't ruminate on the past. You know what is rumination? Anybody who does not know what is ruminate? Excellent. Thank you very much. Do you know what is a cow? Have you ever seen how a cow eats its food? The cow will take food, it doesn't chew it. It puts it inside in a bag. उसके पास एक permanent
storage है. Then they are left by themselves. Then they bring up what has been put inside and keep chewing on it.
That's called rumination. So don't ruminate on your past. Bracket pain. Some of us have this extraordinary ability to deny happiness in the present because we keep thinking about ये तो ठीक है लेकिन खुशियों को बर्बाद कर देते पढ़ लिया है. If this was a Mahabharata approach, it would be दृढ़ संकल्प. मैं खुश नहीं होऊंगा और ना ही आसपास किसी और को खुश होने दूंगा. Of us really are determined to be unhappy. Determined. And that pain seems to have become our identity. Who are you? Somebody who suffered so much. Tell me a little about your life. अब क्या क्या बताऊं? We remember nothing about the good that has happened. And we keep ruminating about things which were not going on well. It just destroys the sync within. It just snaps the connection of the inside and the outside. अरे रात गई, बात गई, जो हो गया सो हो गया है, आगे बढ़ो. Wisdom is not knowledge. One of the proof of wisdom is your ability to be happy right now, irrespective of it. Why? There are so many opportunities. There is so much beauty. There is so much love. There are so many good people. Like it was such an exceptional experience to feel gratitude in Ajay Parge for what Prashant has done to him 14 years ago. I mean, let's say Prashant is going through a tough time in his architectural practice. Let's say people are still working from home, there is a disconnect, काम नहीं हो रहा है, his big projects have got stalled because the buyers are not able to raise the required funds because they don't have much to. There may be 10 things which is not going okay. But I would love to see a happy Prashant even after that. And if I talk to Prashant and say, darling, how's life? He should be able to say, I'm on top of the world. But I need to speak with you because I have to sort some things out. I am excited, but I have to deal with some situations. Chalo, let's talk. So he's not pretending everything is right. He understands there are some things which is not okay. But what is not okay does not have the power to make him unhappy. What is not okay does not have the power to make me unhappy. Because whatever is the issues, they are solvable issues. So I'm not going to ruminate on the past. Don't ruminate on the past, in bracket pain. So in case some of us feel a little guilt about something which we did in the past or did not do in the past, निकल जाओ उसमें से. The first element of guilt, okay, is required for us to understand what was not okay. Live by the last life lesson. But next time when you speak about something which was not okay in the past, you should have moved ahead of it. It should not generate pain. It should not generate pain. The biggest of your mistakes, it's over. Don't ruminate on the past. Point number 4. Don't focus on weaknesses. Don't focus on weakness. There are multiple studies which shows option A, I focus on my weakness. Option B, I focus on my strength. Multiple studies have shown the energy that I put on converting my weakness into a strength will give me less results compared to the energy that I put on something which is already my strength. Now, if I have a weakness which is a destructive weakness, then I definitely need to neutralize it. But if it is just a weakness, not a destructive weakness, it is okay if you have it. Let's say Rupesh's strength is being the big picture guy. He's a dreamer. He's a person who's eager to change. He won't excel in production. Because excellence in production means creating as much stability in the process as required. And for the mind like Rupesh, every day he'll come and want to make some change so that things become better. He is not the right mind for production. Now, that does not mean for him to excel in his work, he needs to become better in that. There's no need. Execution is his weakness. But he more than not makes it up for his ability to see the big picture. Now, if he goes and makes himself proficient in execution and takes the time away from big pictures, strategy, breakthroughs, he will become a very ordinary businessman. एकदम रेगुलर वाला, मजा नहीं आएगा. It's almost like going and telling the elephant, all this is nice, but look at the giraffe, so slim and elegant. थोड़ा डाइटिंग क्यों नहीं करता है? थोड़ा दुबला भी हो, पतला हो पतला, शेड योर वेट, नहीं तो घुटनों में बहुत प्रॉब्लम होगा. And a dentist should not look at an elephant and say, तुम्हारे दांत तो जो बाहर आए हुए ना, let me do some work on it. कमाल हो गया. Understand your strengths. Ensure that your weaknesses are not destructive. And give all the energy you have to your strengths. फिर देखो कितना भागते हो. So let's say Sachin Bhandari's strength is ruthless negotiation. And let's say Vikas Bhandari's strength is HR and PR and interacting with customers. Now, if both of them attempt to do both, they will function at 50-60% of their capacity. If Sachin says, भाऊ मैं पूरा परचेस देखता है, आज अगर हम 100 रुपए में चीज खरीदते हैं, उसको 80 में कैसे लाना, मैं उसमें दिमाग लगाता है. विकास से चल ठीक है, जो अपने से 3-4 हजार रुपए का कार डेकोर कराते हैं, लेट मी सी हाउ टू ऐड मोर वैल्यू इन देयर लाइफ बाय प्रोपोजिंग बेटर थिंग्स विच विल सूट देम. अभी क्या शॉपिंग में भी दिमाग लगाना पड़ता है, तो कोई कस्टमर भी आता है तो कभी कभी मैं लोगों को बोलता हूं तुम लोग देख लो यार, तो जो 3,000-4,000 का बजट है वो भी 1,000-1,200 में वापस चला जाता है. Both are functioning very ordinarily. But if we create that kind of a team where the strengths complement each other and we create a bond of trust, we will be able to focus on living life based on our strengths. And that will get the best out of us. So if Rupesh Sawant's expertise is marketing and sales, meeting a person, understanding their needs, expanding their mind, providing a solution, then he should not do back office work of updating things and wasting 2 hours every day on a report. He should find a way by which it can be done. And in this 2 hours, he'll convert another client, earn much higher, feel more fulfilled, progress much faster. In management terminology, C.K. Prahlad began by saying it as core competencies. Wanting to do everything by ourselves, we don't give energy to our core competence. Pankaj Modani over here is super systematic. He's probably the most systematic human being I have met on this planet called Earth. Most systematic. Data is in his fingertips. If any one of you wants to see what is personal wealth management with respect to past, present and future, you should go meet Pankaj, take him out for coffee and look at the way he shows you what he has created for himself. It will be a learning experience. Now that's his strength. Now if he can use this strength and give certain guidance and consultancy services to his clients and not be busy only in audit, he will add extraordinary value to his clients. And again, brilliant progress, lot of peace and great impact. Audit चालू रहेगा, करने दो, लोग करेंगे, team करेगा. But his best will come out in helping the clients to streamline their work by bringing everything on data, on a spreadsheet, and their ability to also see what is happening where in their life. On the other end, he says, Naren, मेरा weakness audit है, वो क्या उसको थोड़ा strong बनाने का. The energy that he gives over there will be much less productive than the energy that he would have given to his strength. Hence, point number 4 is don't focus on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. You see any mentally strong person. When I say mentally strong person, what do I mean? Somebody who does not get flustered or nervous when things are going wrong. It's impossible to shake these people's self-confidence. To me, that is a mentally strong person. You will see they are playing the game of life based on their strengths. Pick up anybody whom you admire, where you say, uski jo mental stability hai na, extraordinary hai. And you become close to that person, you will see they are focusing so much on watering, energizing, developing their strengths. From the childhood we have been told don't trust others. And unless you trust others, you can't create a team. And unless you create a team, you won't have the right people where your weakness is actually their strength. And unless you have these right people, you will be able to float and fly in your life. Like a tree, you will become anchored in one place only. तो अगर उड़ना है ना, तो A, understanding your strength, and B, focusing and developing your strength with focus. Both important. So don't become a generalist where I can do everything. जनरल प्रैक्टिशनर को कितना मिलता है बेचारे को? बेस्ट जीपी, हाउ मच विल ही गेट? 200, 300, 500 rupees. In 2 hours, how many patients will they see? Even if they see one patient every 10 minutes, 10, 12, 20 पेशेंट देख लेगा. 500 रुपया 20 पेशेंट कितना कमाया? 10,000 रुपया. And a heart surgeon in those 2 hours will make one heart surgery and earn 50,000 rupees. Develop your strengths. Don't focus on your weakness. The fifth point is a little different. Some points are kind of understandable, predictable, and you almost know it, but we are keeping it in a framework today. Point number 5. It's very interesting. Do not expect immediate results. Don't expect immediate results. आज बीज बोया है ना, कल सुबह खोद के मत देखना कि अरे अभी तक निकला क्यों नहीं. Don't expect immediate results. You hired a good person in your office. Chances are you will go home and your wife will ask you, अरे आज उसको नौकरी से रखा था ना, कैसा हुआ? अच्छा हो गया ना? अरे आज तो रखा है, अभी तक तो उसको ये भी नहीं मालूम कि टॉयलेट किधर है. आज ही से रिजल्ट कैसे आएगा? ठंड रखो, आराम से. आफ्टर 2 days दे माइट आस्क अगेन, क्या हुआ? आया, ऑर्डर आया? उसको अभी तक प्रोडक्ट नॉलेज ही पूरा नहीं है. भाई रुक जा. In some cases 3 months, in some cases 6 months. Give it the time which is required plus 20%. Some people go deep before they start growing outside. Don't be in a rush. Give yourself time. That is why I suggest to everybody, never do a crash diet. The dietitian will become rich and you will crash. Don't do crash courses unless you want a hairstyle like mine. हौले हौले, आराम से, अच्छे से, रिदम में. To create anything good will take a little time. Give it the time which is required. Even for ideation, give it some time. Don't jump on the first idea which has come. Thoda soch. So point number 5, don't expect immediate results. There is something called stamina. What is stamina? Stamina is my ability to perform a little higher than what my body is comfortable with over a period of time. That is stamina. Normal breathing, I can do for the rest of my life. But if I have to run a marathon, my heart has to beat faster, 30-40% higher for 4 hours. If I can do that, I have stamina. Sometimes results require stamina. A 100-meter dash is not going to help me drop 1 kg body weight. Stamina lagega. One step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. Hence we said, don't expect immediate results. The most famous Albert Einstein said, it's not that I'm smarter than anyone. I just stay with the problem longer till I solve it. Others give up fast. They are smarter than me, but they give up. Comparatively, I am a little stupid, but I stay at it. I have stamina. If you ever meet Jo and ask her, she will tell you about people whom she has met for doing the course of Let's Explore, and they coming to the batch after 5 years. For 5 years, she has been in touch with them. Relentless. Stamina लगता है. So don't expect immediate results. You want to be like Einstein? Hold on a little longer. Point number 6. Very important. Very, very important. May be a weakness for many of us. And this is a disturbing, destroying, destructive weakness. Don't give up after failure. Don't give up after failure. How many times in our life have we given up after we attempted? With a customer, with a breakthrough, in a relationship, in mentoring someone, in attempting to learn something, in convincing somebody about an idea, in mending a relationship if something has gone wrong. We give up after a failure. दुश्मन ना चाय है, चाय. This is not my cup of tea. बोल के छोड़ देते हैं. Don't give up after a failure. तेरे को कुछ चाहिए ना. See, what is a failure? Failure just means if I do things this way, results don't come. It does not mean results won't come. It just means this way results won't come. So if I go to point number 1, don't resist change, don't stop change. Connected to this point, attempt something, it does not bring the desired results. Option A, give up. Option B, change and attempt another way. छोड़ मत. चाहिए ना तेरे को. A failure is never a final no. Okay, let me find out your knowledge base. It is impossible to live without failing. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you are so cautious that you may not have lived at all. किसने बोला? I know you love me a lot, but no, these are not my words. Who said this? It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you may not have lived at all. Inspired by Punjab, they modified the character a little, and Hariputtar became Harry Potter. And the author of that statement was J.K. Rowling. So these words are J.K. Rowling's words. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you may not have lived at all. So if you're scared of failure, it means you're scared of adventure, you're scared of growth, you're scared of development, you're scared of yourself, you're scared of others, you're scared of life. Fear of failure brings in 25 more fears. It is never alone. And a very simple thing, I will not give up after failures. Now you are set up for greatness. I will not give up after failure, and you are set up for greatness. Because giving up is not an option. Abhi fail ho gaya hai, to find out how you can succeed. And you keep opening new doors till you find the door which leads you where you want to go. If you want something, do not give up after failures. If you want to do something meaningful in life, take this phrase, I will not give up after failures. Embrace it. Wear a coat. Tie that coat so that you never lose grip on this statement. I will not give up after failures. It should become like your skin. This belief, this thinking that I will not give up after failures. Imagine how much you will attempt, how many areas you will venture into. If you tell yourself, I will not give up after failures. What you will essentially do when you say, I will not give up after failures, is you are removing the fear of failure from your life. डर को हटा. Now you look at yourself very differently. Point number 7. Don't compare yourself to others for your self-belief. or for your identity. Your identity is about your dreams becoming real, your goodness, your heart, your impact. You don't create your identity ever by comparing yourself with someone. So don't compare yourself to others for your identity. See, success is something very personal. Success is based on what is important to me in my life. So Satish Joshi wants to do meaningful architecture. He wants to work with clients who completely trust in him. There may be other architects outside whom builders call as FSI architects. वो जितना FSI निकाल के देता है ना, और कोई नहीं निकाल के दे सकता. Now let's say Satish and Prashant over here don't want to be that kind of an architect. They want to create elegance. They want to create a memory. Now, somebody else who has a different approach to their work might have different kind of results. Badshah might travel around in an Innova and they might drive around in the latest Mercedes GLE. Now, if Badshah compares his Innova to their GLE, that's a very bad way to define yourself. His Innova is an extraordinary product of his dreams, his ethics, his values, and what he brings to the table, his love. It is his approach which makes an Ajay Parge appreciate him and say, thank you so much. Which that fellow in GLE may not be getting at all. So don't compare yourself to others for the sake of your identity. I often hear people saying, अरे यार वो तो इतना बड़ा आदमी है, मैं कहाँ है? तू कहाँ है मतलब? भूत प्रेत तो नहीं है, कोई आत्मा तो नहीं है कि तेरा रहने का ठिकाना ही नहीं है? अरे you have your own dreams. Based on that, you have done some incredible things. Potentially, you and everybody else is one and the same. They are running in a different direction. You are into marathon running and somebody is into weightlifting. Now don't look at their body and say, क्या bulky muscles है और उसका हमारा तो क्या single हड्डी हम लोग. अरे उसका sport अलग है, तेरा sport अलग है. Imagine a badminton player complaining and saying, हमारे तो वो कॉक्स तो कितने हल्के रहते हैं, लॉन टेनिस में क्या बड़ा बॉल रहता है. एंड इमेजिन अ फुटबॉलर सेइंग, क्या तुम लोग छोटे से बॉल से खेलते हो, देखो हमारे बॉल का साइज. अरे दे आर प्लेइंग डिफरेंट स्पोर्ट्स. सो डोंट कंपेयर योरसेल्फ विद अदर्स फॉर योर आइडेंटिटी. Next point, very sweet point, very, very sweet point. Don't focus on what you can't control. Don't focus on what you can't control. What is tension? Tension is nothing else but your ability to focus on what you cannot control. एग्जाम के पहले मेरे को नींद नहीं आती है, क्यों? इनफैक्ट यू शुड बी एक्साइटेड. अरे कल एग्जाम खत्म होने वाला है, आज अच्छे से सो जा, मस्त एकदम. नहीं नहीं मैंने अच्छे से पढ़ा नहीं है. And I always tell these students, imagine the stress the examiner will go through when they examine your paper. सोच ना उसको कितने पेपर देखने पड़ेंगे. तेरे जैसा स्टूडेंट बिना प्रिपेयर के पेपर लिखा उसको पूरा पढ़ना पड़ेगा और मार्क्स देने पड़ेंगे. बाप रे. तो तेरे को क्या चीज का टेंशन है? तो एग्जामिनर को टेंशन है.
उसको रात को नींद नहीं आनी चाहिए और कल से मेरे को पेपर चेकिंग करना है.
तेरे को तो जो लिखना लिख के आराम से. इन एनी वे यू विल नॉट गिव अप ऑन फेलियर्स. मतलब सब लाइसेंस अपने पास, क्या है कमैश है. नींद क्यों नहीं आती है? बिकॉज वी फोकस ऑन व्हाट वी कांट कंट्रोल. लोग क्या बोलेंगे? अनदर थिंग दैट वी कैन नॉट कंट्रोल. Ram could not control the dhobi. All of us are blessed with enough dhobis in life. जो कुछ भी बोलेगा, उसका काम मैल निकालना है, लेकिन वो एक्चुअली मैल डालता है. तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते तुम उनका, वो रहेंगे ही रहेंगे. For example, I mean, if you read newspapers and if you follow politics, do you know when in our country we started electric voting machines? When was the first panel set up to decide, okay, it's going to be electric voting machines? You know what is electric voting machines? Something called elections. Election में voting करने जाते हैं ना. Nowadays it's the machine. You just press. You don't have to take a sheet of paper and all that stuff. Electronically you can choose. 1990 the first commission was set up. 1993 they decided EVMs are the best. Since 1993 till 2018, an open challenge is there in every IIT of our country. Technologically, can you break this? Can you tamper with it? Please do it and show it to us. And it's not succeeded even once. But every year, the party which loses the elections will say, ये सब EVM की वजह से हुआ, electronic voting machines. They are focusing on what they can't control. As a result of which, they keep losing with worse margins. Don't focus on what you can't control. Can you control the climate? तो फालतू का बोलते नहीं रहने का. बहुत गर्मी है, बहुत गर्मी है, बहुत गर्मी है. फैन लगा ले, एसी लगा ले. नहीं तो बेडरूम में एक बाथटब बना और उसमें रोज रात को सोया कर. आइस पैक लेके आ, नीचे आइस बेड में ना आइस पैक बना, उसके ऊपर सो जा. सॉल्यूशन में दिमाग लगा. अरे गर्मी बहुत है, गर्मी बहुत है, गर्मी गर्मी. We unnecessarily focus on what we can't control. Let's say you lost some money in a day. Now you can't control it, it's gone. What can you control? How to make money. What is gone is gone. नाली में कुछ चला गया, नाली को देखने से क्या वो रिवर्स में वापस आएगा? So you know why I am so peaceful. I don't focus on what I can't control. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. When we focus on what we can't control, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Who said it? Seneca. There's a person whose name is Seneca. Now don't ask me why it is that name. I can't control it. I think what he said is the truth. Target to be in what I call as the sunshine state of mind. Sunshine state of mind. Always brightness. Always energy. Let's say आलू कोर्सिया से मेरी वाइफ को ना आलू की सब्जी बनाने का पता नहीं क्या अच्छा लगता है, हर तीसरे दिन आलू की सब्जी बना देती है. मेरे को डर लगता है मैं कहीं आलू नहीं बन जाऊं. And let's say he cribs about this. Can you control it? Become a cook, inspire her, give her a menu, give her options, और वो डब्बा लेके जा, जिसके साथ भी खाना खाता है उसको वो आलू का सब्जी खिला और उसके डब्बे में जो सब्जी ले ले. बट नरेन उसके सब्जी में डब्बे में आलू हुआ तो पहले पूछ ले कि कौन सी सब्जी है. रोने का नहीं, क्रिब नहीं करनी. Don't crib. Don't focus on what you can't. Understand the words. Don't focus on what you can't control. And some of them have brilliant ability to focus on what is not in our control. Get out of it. Last 4 points. Don't repeat the same mistake. Not giving up after failure, very good, but you will not repeat your same mistake. Don't repeat the same mistake. Who said this? The only real mistake is a mistake from which we have learned nothing. The only real mistake is the mistake from which we have learned nothing. John Powell. So very simple, don't repeat the same mistake. You know, we sometimes develop a behavior pattern. And we think, अगली बार से मिस्टेक नहीं करेंगे, बट इस बार कर लेते हैं. Every time you repeat a mistake, your self-confidence goes down. Mistakes don't take your confidence away. It's when you repeat the mistake, it takes your confidence away. New mistake means discovery. In fact, you might become more confident, saying, "Arey yaar, I've learned another way by which things will not happen. I'm closer to finding out the right way." Are there areas of life where you make the same mistake again and again? For example, you postpone things. For example, you may not think through something which is crucial and important. For example, you take decisions based on fear. For example, you are a very poor listener. For example, you jump to conclusions without understanding things in depth. For example, you taking feedback to the heart and making it personal. For example, you can only think about the mistakes you did. You don't think about the growth that you have had. For example, every time results are not there, you blame somebody else. Do we repeat the same mistakes? Those of you who are in selling, for example, you do not prepare enough. In the business seminar the other day, I was saying 83% customers have this complaint that the salesman was underprepared. 83% customers. Chances are, if somebody comes to, let's say, Anil Store, Shakti Store, then there is a salesman. Maybe the customer will say, नहीं वो खड़ा था, उसको जो बोला वो दिखाता था, पर prepared नहीं. He doesn't know how to ask me questions. He doesn't know how to remember what I purchased last time. He doesn't know from where to source, what is the commitment to give. They are human bodies. Brain nahi. As a result of which, somebody could have bought for 10,000, they will go away with after 1,500 rupees. और बुक्स में तो दिखेगा 1500 का सेल हो गया. हम तो खुश है कि यार 1500 का माल बेच लिया. अरे लेकिन वो 10,000 का बेच सकता था. 1500 का बेच 200 रुपए कमाए हैं. 10,000 के बेच के 1500 रुपए कमा सकते थे. लेकिन ट्रेनिंग नहीं किया उसको. So the salesman is not prepared. Do I make the same mistake again and again? So tell yourself, I will not repeat my mistakes. Going back to J.K. Rowling, it is impossible to live a life without failing at something. Unless you have been so cautious, you haven't lived at all. So don't repeat the same mistake. Point number 10. You don't know how strong you are unless being strong is the only choice you have. तुमको तुम्हारा ताकत मालूम ही नहीं. Because mentally we give up much before it is required. Many people stop exercising before they are tired. They are scared. Tired हो गया तो. So what is the other option? You don't know how strong you are unless being strong is the only choice you have. Who said this? Again, not Naren. Those of you who love music, this was said by Bob Marley. I remember narrating it in one life lesson a couple of years ago. There was a concert, and the night before, some gunmen came and shot Bob Marley. A bullet went through his stomach. He hated Bob Marley for some reason. Didn't believe in all this music and these kinds of songs like redemption songs, Exodus, Three Little Birds, Is It Love? So he came and shot Bob Marley. Next year, a few thousand people were waiting to listen. The organizers immediately say, let's cancel the show. You're shot, man. How will you sing? Bob Marley said, if people who hate do not have a holiday, how can people who love take a holiday? An event he performed, he bled profusely from his stomach. But he performed. The end of it, the concert said, "Man, you're very strong." And that's when Bob Marley said this: "You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only option you have." I will not allow somebody who hates to defeat love. That is what I mean when I say, don't dwell in self-pity. So there are two options: being strong and having self-pity. Let's say two options all the time. Strength ke pity. All of us will have an obvious choice to make: strength. And will destroy your strength to dust is self-pity. I often hear about marriages happening where wrong promises were made, wrong things were projected. There are times when the girl is told to be super educated, and after marriage they find out only ordinary regular graduation, and that too from an almost unlisted college. But ho gaya abhi shaadi. The boy is supposed to be a businessman when he's actually unemployed. Have you been cheated? Yes, you have been cheated. Was it right? No, it was completely wrong. Shouldn't I fill myself with pity and self-pity कि मेरे साथ जो हुआ वो गलत हुआ? Don't focus on what you can't control. And do not fill yourself with self-pity. Why did this happen? This was not right. That should not have happened. Every thought that you have of that dimension is taking your confidence away. जो हुआ सो हुआ, आगे बढ़ो. Stop self-pity. Sometimes I may hear woman of the house saying, मैं ही सब काम करती हूं, किसी को मेरी पड़ी नहीं है. Self-pity. The man might come back home and say, सुबह से शाम तक इतना मेहनत करके आता हूं, घर में शांति भी नहीं. But you should have married a woman whose name is Shanti. Problem solved. तो शांति प्यार जश्न तो बनाना पड़ता है बॉस. अब तुम तुम्हारे काम को अच्छे से मैनेज नहीं कर सकते हो, स्ट्रेस लेते हो. That's your outlook, that's your responsibility. When you come home, everybody is equal, which includes the children. Don't come with the dialogues of self-pity. मैंने तो उसके ऊपर भरोसा किया, उसने बहुत गलत किया. Again, self-pity and blame. So we have this tendency to fill ourselves with self-pity in the name of trust, in the name of effort, in the name of people not living up to commitment. Stop this bakwas practice. But Naren, isn't it right that what they did was wrong? I agree. But processing it this way, is it helping you? Sometimes life gives us certain thing that we just have to take on our chin. It's not about fairness. It's about moving on. So don't dwell in self-pity. Always remember Bob Marley. You never know how strong you are till being strong is your only choice. And self-pity is glorious weakness. आ बैल मुझे मार काइंड ऑफ स्टफ. मैंने तो कुछ गलती नहीं की फिर भी नुकसान मेरा. सेल्फ पिटी. इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूं और क्या करूं. सेल्फ पिटी. मैंने उसको कितना हेल्प किया और देख आज वो कैसा है. सेल्फ पिटी. मैंने उसको कितने मौके दिए, उसकी सब गलतियों को नजरअंदाज किया, फिर भी सेल्फ पिटी. तुम्हारे लिए कितना सोच के, कितना एनालाइज करके ऐसा प्लान किया. सेल्फ पिटी. And if I tell you one point out of these 12 points that you have to take home, if only one, then I'll say stop self-pity. Stop self-pity. And decide when people think about you, they should be able to say, this is one of the strongest person I know in this world. मैं आज कमजोर हूं इसके लिए तुम मुझे एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहे हो. सेल्फ पिटी. बंद करो. That's point number 10. Point number 11. Don't fear taking action. Don't fear कुछ किया तो गलत हो जाएगा. कुछ किया तो नुकसान हो जाएगा. In a classic government setup, the fear is action. In a classic misery status, the fear is action. In a classic opportunity situation, the fear is action. Because action requires commitment. Commitment means possibility of failure, and that might be scary. So never ever hesitate. Never shy away. Never be afraid of taking action. And the truth is, this cycle of self-confidence involves a lot of action. तेरे को कुछ चाहिए, मांग, act. कुछ बोलना चाहता है, बोल, act. कुछ सीखना है, डिसाइड, एक्ट. कुछ सुलझाना है, समझ, एक्ट. किसी से मिलना है, फोन कर, मैसेज कर, एक्ट. आई एम पार्शियल टुवर्ड्स एक्शन. आई एम बायस्ड इन फेवर ऑफ एक्शन. Between inaction and action, I will always choose action. And Bhagavad Gita starts with the word karma. Action. We overanalyze things too much. Act. In the topmost companies of the world, they'll say if you have 70% information, you should be able to take the boldest of actions. Don't wait for 100%, then you'll be too slow. Too slow. Let's say, for example, Vikas Bhandari decides that I want to open 2 more stores of car accessories. सोचा है ना, आज निकल और जाके देख क्या 2 दुकान. नहीं नरेंद्र, मुझे मालूम है दुकान अच्छा नहीं है. निकल, act kar. In the process of going, you will find some other place which might be right. But sitting in your store, you will not be able to generate two new places for which you should start. Act. So don't shy away from action. Have a bias towards action. You want to go for higher studies? Act. Do research, talk to people, connect online, act. When you act, you might get, you may not get. If you don't act, you will certainly not get. So don't shy away from action. Have a bias towards action. And finally, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. You have failed 100 times, don't give up on yourself. If you give up on yourself, the world cannot believe in you. If you give up on yourself, no one else will believe in you. If you believe in yourself, even if the world does not, you yourself are enough to make a beginning, to move ahead, and to be closer to your dreams. Like we discussed earlier,
Not scared to be alone. Path breakers are often path makers. And you don't create path by giving up on yourself. On Saturday, a very dear life schooler,
he came to office.
we had a very good chat on a new project. And I had a follow-up call, so I ended the meeting and I moved into my call.
And he was standing in the corridor and speaking with Joe. And he was teary-eyed. And Joe asked, "Kya hua?" He said, मैंने सुना था 5-6 साल पहले बहुत बड़ा धक्का लगा, थोड़ा फाइनेंशियल गड़बड़ हो गया और मेरी ना हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई नरेन के सामने आने की, क्योंकि मेरे पास उतनी कैपेसिटी नहीं है कि उनको मैं हेल्प कर सकूं या उनको कमजोर देख सकूं। और आज भी इतने सालों के बाद में मैं डर के आया था, because I have beautiful memories of the office, of the training inside the office, और पता नहीं था कैसा होगा। यहाँ आकर देख रहे हो तो यार एनर्जी डबल है, ऑफिस इज थ्राइविंग, द सेम वाइब्रेशंस आर बीइंग फेल्ट, and such exceptional things are happening in life school. I mean, the immediate past has been brilliant, the present great things are happening, the future looks so exciting. I almost broke down. मैं ऐसे ही डर रहा था। It's very simple. I don't give up on myself. One thing doesn't define us. All Formula One car drivers have crashed their vehicles. It doesn't mean now they should only walk and not drive at 350 kilometers per hour. So never ever stop believing in yourself. If you won't believe in yourself, nobody else in the world will. When you believe in yourself, some people in the world will also believe in you. And once again, you'll be able to create the glory that you deserve to have. So whatever happens, don't ever stop believing in yourself. I believe all of us are born to create something superb and magnificent in our life. I believe there is a touch of greatness in each one of us. I believe if you and me have met, it has to be for something significant and not for something ordinary. If you were destined for ordinariness and I was destined for ordinariness, we would have never met. बट कोयले का बड़ा खदान खोजते हैं ना, उसमें से हीरा निकलता है. कोयले से अगर डर गए तो हीरा निकालेंगे कैसे? तो ये तो होता है. As long as I am sincere, my heart is pure and I am doing the effort that I have to do. It doesn't matter whether success takes 1 year in coming, 7 years in coming, or 15 years in coming. The day it comes, it will be massive. It will be Mount Everest. और खुद के ऊपर विश्वास नहीं करोगे ना, if you give up on yourself, chances are that breakthrough was just round the corner, a little more, and we would have touched history. मगर छोड़ दिया. So don't ever stop believing in yourself. Nobody in the world believes you. Remember, Naren will always believe in you. And if there are two of us, you and me, both हो गए. Between you and me, we can change the whole world. Between you and me, we can convert our dreams into reality. Between you and me, greatness will be produced. I am saying be comfortable even with solitude. तुम अकेला भी कर लोगे और मैं साथ में, फिर तो कुछ चमत्कार ही होना चाहिए बस. Don't ever give up on yourself. 12 points, 12 don'ts. Why did we bring these 12 don'ts? Because we do these things. So if you want, make somewhere a chart, the printout, and write over there, don't. And tell people at home, at your office, if you ever find me failing in any one of these, let me know. And if somebody points out, "Arey, to point number 6, you're doing and you're not supposed to do that," say a thank you, say a love you, correct yourself immediately. Let's do something phenomenal with our life. We had a 2-hour session. But I think today's life lesson was one of those life lessons that you should see multiple times. And if we are unhappy, if we are struggling, if we are not able to hold on to people, somewhere in these 12 don'ts, you will have a lot of answers to your questions. Wish you a great week. Maybe march towards glory in March. Stop these 12 don'ts. Let's have a fantastic life. Thank you so much. Love you all.